What looked at first to be a friendly woman riding around the neighborhood on her bike turned out to be someone trying to steal from a lot of people.
And it turned into a complicated case with hundreds of victims. As Local 12's troubleshooter Howard Ain shows us, the so-called friendly neighbor was actually stalking people's mailboxes.
Lots of neighbors were affected by the mailbox thefts by that woman on a bike. It cost one resident nearly $1,000.
I just started becoming suspicious that my mail, something was going on with my mail, and I couldn't figure out what it was.
Faye Guenther's instincts were right.
She's a nice lady. She was on her bicycle. She seemed so nice.
But her neighbor, Kimberly Ann Rockwell, was actually stealing Faye's mail and opening additional credit cards.
She would call pretending to be one of the neighbors. She had obtained enough information online to be able to impersonate them and know what their date of birth was, mother's maiden name, say that her card was lost or stolen, and request a new card.
Postal inspectors say Rockwell would then retrieve the card out of the mail before victims came home.
The neighbors didn't know their mail was being stolen because she wasn't taking everything. She would only take exactly what it was that she was looking for.
Faye wasn't alone. When inspectors started getting complaints about missing mail, clues soon led them to Rockwell. She was initially arrested on previous charges, but while in jail, the case came together when officials ordered copies of her jail recordings.
She was advising her daughter to hide her address book and to check the mail every day.
This led authorities to get a search warrant, which showed more than 250 victims.
We actually ended up finding notebooks that were filled with what's called profiles. And profiles are a list of victims' name, address. Typically, they also get social security number, date of birth, mother's maiden name.
Inspectors say it's important to protect your mail. Do not let it sit for days in your mailbox. Also, get your free annual credit report.
It's the active accounts that you really want to pay attention to and make sure that those were all authorized accounts.
2 years later, Faye is still working to correct her credit. Kimberly Rockwell pleaded guilty to stealing the mail, stolen property, and identity theft charges. She's been sentenced to spending 3 years in prison in order to pay restitution to victims. Again, it's important to check your credit report at least once a year. You can do so for free by logging on to annualcreditreport.com. That gives you access to all 3 credit bureau reports so you can check for signs of identity theft. Howard Ain, Local 12 troubleshooter.